All right, all right, all right. We are done. Hey, everybody. This is Everyman's 40K channel, and I am Everyman, your host. So we are complete. I had this complete maybe 3 or 4 days ago, but I'm just now sitting down getting this video created. I've been so busy. I've got a lot of painting to do. I've got tournaments coming up. I've got other things in the works. You guys have probably seen my Nemesis Dread Knight that I just posted the other day. I'm working on my Grey Knights. I'm working on Orcs. So many projects in the works right now. It's incredible. So let's go ahead. Let's discuss this. This is why we're here. You guys want to see this thing wrapped up. I know it. Okay, so we took the wrecking ball, stuffed a piece of cotton in the top of it, then took some thin super glue, dripped a little bit of thin super glue on that piece of cotton, and now we have a fuse. We went ahead, stuck all the metal bits, the weapons and everything from the scrap launcher kit, and we went ahead and put that wrecking ball right in the middle, and now we have kind of a launch thing that when it hits, it explodes. Looks like it could potentially do a lot more damage than just, launching some bits of metal at Space Marines, right? So now we have at least something that blows up when it hits. So I thought that was an interesting little addition there. It's going to look cool once we get that painted up. As we discussed before, we went ahead, we got the squig in there. As you can see underneath the squig's bottom there, I went ahead and I added some of the wrecking ball bits from the squig kit that I had left over, and as you can tell, I have some of these left over. So what we're going to do with these is we're going to go ahead and we're going to apply these to the squig, but I'm going to put these in some hot water, and I'm going to try to straighten these out a little bit. The way you do that, again, just FYI for some of you scratch builders and guys out there messing with this stuff, is you take some superheated water in a cup. And what I mean by superheated is you microwave it. And if you guys have ever seen boiling water come out of a microwave, as soon as it hits that boiling point, that water is kind of like an explosion once that microwave superheats that water up. Well, once you get that water in that condition, superheated, what you do is you drop this in there for about 30, 40, 50 seconds, however long it takes, and you kind of test it as you go along. You drop that in that water and it'll soften that plastic back up like it was back when it was first poured right out of the mold. So we're going to straighten some of those up, or at least try to. We're going to go ahead and plug those under the squig and have them kind of running along the back. So from under the squig, have some of those kind of running along the ground underneath of him, like he's dragging those along as he's running. I think that would be a pretty cool addition. It'll kind of give the base some flair, something to kind of look at other than just being stone under there, sand and stone. Okay, so I just wanted to quickly get in here and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So I usually do this in the kitchen right after this is been microwaved and it becomes super heated, but this water is super hot. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, how to straighten out some. So I'm going to use the edge of the cup or a tool. Let me get a tool. So there, now I can start applying pressure. You can tell this water is super hot. Just came out of the microwave. So I'm going to twist it. And you just slowly bend it, slowly work it. So we'll test it here. So that will go under the squig. And as you can see, it now runs out straight. Before, it had a really hard hook. Again, let's take another piece. And I'm going to show you super hot, superheated hot water. Be careful, do not put your fingers in there. It is super hot. Okay, there you go. Much straighter, and none of them are cracked. None of them are broken, cracked, nothing. Here's another one I straightened. This one was really curved, and the last one we just did a couple seconds ago. So anyway, just wanted to show you how to bend plastic, GW plastic, into a shape that you need using a microwave, superheated hot water. Get this thing boiling, crank it up, and then just be careful. Again, use safety, use precaution. It is super hot. Okay, so we've seen all this before. Let's go ahead, let's talk about the back real quick. So as you can tell, I put in the teeth. I went ahead and I dropped in 2 bolts. Let me get the pointer. So we went ahead and we dropped in 2 bolts here and there. That way these 2 pieces look like, you know, they were bolted together. Got the teeth, got the rivets. So we went ahead and started doing my square rivet thing. As I've talked to you before, square rivets for some reason just kind of brings it up a notch when it comes to orcs. Flipping around the back here, we went ahead, we closed this out back here using an I-beam. And what I mean by an I-beam is I went and made an I-beam. So here is some stir sticks. And I went ahead and made an I-beam. And once you kind of do this, it's a proper scale for orcs or proper scale for 40K. I went ahead, dropped that I-beam in there sideways. Went ahead from there, hung some steel plates. Now I wished I had some rope or some smaller chain, but I did not have any smaller chain. So I went ahead and kind of used some straps here. I'll paint those leather. So when those get painted up, they'll be brown like leather straps, not steel straps. But what I did is that basically I turned these into wind chimes. So if you can think of 1/4 inch steel plates, think about it in your head. Can you imagine this thing running out across the desert with those wind chimes, those big old steel plates back there, just hammering and hammering and hammering, this thing clanging along, going out across the desert? You would be thinking, you know, like in the movies, just think in the movies, you know, the scene would be this thing coming out across the desert, making a whole bunch of noise, and the guys on the other side of the mountain wondering, what the heck is all that noise coming from? And all of a sudden this big old thing comes over the top of the hill. You know, again, it's a visual, pretty cool. I like it. So we went ahead and added a bumper. It obviously needed a rear bumper because if not, this would just be way open. It would kind of look funky with those 2 big old teeth or those 2 big old jaws just hanging open like that. So we went ahead and finished this back piece by putting in a bumper. Went ahead, finished on the left and right, both sides. So from here, I think on the last video you guys saw, because the last video I think I put Dar She Blows. So you guys have seen this. So this is my setup for the Sticka cannon. He will go inside here, up top. Let me go ahead and spin this around so you can get a better visual. So he will go up here, right about there. So I'm not going to drop him in yet. because I'm going to leave him out in order to paint him to get the legs and everything. Then after everything's painted, then we're going to drop him in, scratch the feet up, put some glue, drop him in, lock it in. But that's him right there. This thing here, it'll go through, it'll hang, it'll attach by a piece of wire loop right here underneath that, what do you call it, the harpoon. Okay, so there's that. Now let's get into the whir tower. I'm not sure you guys have seen this whir tower yet. So this is what I'm most happy about. I think this came out really good. Okay, so here is the whir tower. So we have the metal cut out torch. So again, we cut that out, made it look like it was cut out with the torch. So we got a huge metal plate that he's going to be dancing and standing on. This is from the Gorkanaut kit, right? The Morka or Gorkanaut kit. This is one of the faces of the Gorkanaut. I had this left over from my actual, the Gorkanator. If you guys remember, go check out that video. I got one of those videos too. We used the other face and the other eye. This little bit here, this bit came from a mech gun. So this bit is what's going to be powered up by the orc's psychic energy. And once we get that baby painted up, it's going to be glowing either red or blue or green or something. It's going to look so cool. We took this from the scrap launcher kit. I thought this was kind of cool. This is like a little totem with some dead stuff hanging up here. Some dead enemy helmets. Looks like Eldar here. This looks like some type of Imperial something, and then some skulls. We got the tin, you know, the tin roofing effect out of cardboard. We got the square rivets. Turn this around. We got the square rivets, the cardboard effect. Okay, so enough talking about that. Now, you guys want to see how this goes on and what's this all about. So let's put this baby in here, and then this is where it's going to go. So this is going to glue right up there just like that. And that is going to be the whir tower. Then here, my friend, he gave me this. This is going to be my whir boy. This is a special character from the Age of Sigmar. He does have a name. I can't remember his name right now. But he's got the perfect disposition to be a beast snagga. He's got the bear skin. He's got the bear belly. He's got the bear legs, the bear feet. I mean, this dude is ready to go. So if we put him in, what he'll do is he'll slide right in here. Just like this. Let me show you, get a good look. See his leg up? Got his staff going. Got his weapon going. His feet even hit the ground. Right? So he's standing like he should be. So it fits. Everything's perfect. I went ahead and I did all my measurements, all my detail work, made sure everything was perfect. His hand touches right there. Barely. And then his weapon wraps right on that pole. Just like that. I mean, it's perfect. So this whole assembly, again, I had a subscriber. I hope he's a subscriber. I hope he watches the channel a lot. I had a subscriber on part 2. He said, hey man, come on, dude. You know, why don't you leave it apart and, like, you know, paint it separately and then assemble it? Well, for me, all right, just a side note, for me, I'm confident in my painting skills that I think that the way that this has been assembled now, that I think I can go ahead and do a really good job. I mean, some of you guys have seen my paintings already, some of my painted stuff. So I think I can handle it in this situation. Now, he is right. He is absolutely correct. That's why I have to leave this guy out, because this guy has to be painted before he goes in. And for sure, another guy, right? This guy, right? Let's not forget him, the driver. He's got to go inside here, right? Before I put the top on. So let's go ahead. Let's show it right there. Boom. See, right in there. Now this guy, once he's inside there, then the top goes on. Then I'll glue the top. So the gentleman who commented, I mean, he's correct. There's certain things that you got to do when you're painting these things and assembling them, that there's certain order to things. Now, the guy underneath, the driver, my intention is to pretty much all of this area inside there in the cockpit, right? Let's call it the driver's seat or the cockpit. A lot of it is going to be dark and black. And we're going to do that on purpose back there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the face and his hands and anything that's green, and we're going to make those actually super bright. So a really bright green. That way, when you look at the driver from this angle, right? So if you pick this model up and you're just an average viewer or somebody at the table, and you say, hey dude, can I check this model out? And you pick it up, well, it's going to be hard to see that driver back there. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that you can see him by really having his face in there glowing. Almost as though there's a dashboard or some type of LED light that's shining on his chin or his face. So once we get this painted, we're going to do it up right. I promise you, everybody. I promise you, I'm going to do it up right. So there's him. There's the Woooooooooo Tower. That's what he's going to look like. And then if you imagine the sticker cannon, this guy, here, let me move this. This guy, he's going to be inside here. This guy's going to be inside like this. We're going to glue it on. And there he is. There it is, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I also had an idea of potentially putting one, maybe two boys on the actual base. Again, to give this kind of a scale, to kind of scale it up. But that's it. So we're going to wrap this one up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out and I'm going to prime it like we always do. I'm going to prime the front half. As you're going to see, I'm going to prime this front half squig area white, because the bones, I'm going to go ahead and show you the box again of the scrap launcher. See the box? So the bone area is a lighter color. My squig is going to be a lighter color. So the front, I'm going to prime in a white or a gray. And then the back, I'm going to prime in a black, so that when I dry brush silver, I'll instantly get that steel look. Then I can start highlighting and doing things red. And I think this is going to be Evil Suns. So I'm going to run Evil Suns, and I'm going to run Res Mecha's redder armor to give him fights last. Okay, guys, so let me go prime this, and then we'll come back. I'll maybe put this on the turntable, see if we can get the turntable to spin this baby around so you guys can look at it primed and ready to go. Okay, talk to you in a little bit. Okay, everybody, there she is. We are done. Primed, ready for the first coat of paint. Little dry brushing. But this is it. So I'm going to let this spin around a couple more times, and then we're going to close this baby out. So this will close out part 3. If you like what we're doing, you like the channel, guys, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, smash that like button, and tell all your people and all your friends on social media, Discord, Twitter, Facebook. Let them know I'm out here. Please support the channel by subscribing, hit that like button. Alright guys, another one in the can, another one finished. This is ready to hit the table. Like we always say on the channel, may all your dice rolls come up 6s unless you're looking for a 1. Peace out, everybody.